when Shannon talked with Jim McCormac, co-author of Gardening for Moths, on an episode of the Backyard Ecology Podcast. Of course, the subject of what natives to plant for moths came up. Jim listed several native wildflowers, trees, and shrubs. No surprise there. But then he talked about a genus of plants that seems to fly under the radar when it comes to their importance to a wide variety of insects. The plants in the genus Carex, the sedges. Jim talked about how he easily established Carex as part of his lawn, and how they not only benefited moths, but also that summer night favorite, fireflies. Let's hear what Jim had to say about sedges.
So no matter what type of yard you have, and what kind of landscaping you want to do around your yard, there are wonderful plants that could do really well at attracting moths and supporting them.
Yes, and if someone's really bold, this is like a little known thing in the trivia question, but botanically, but what is the biggest genus of plants in this part of the world? Most people probably wouldn't get it, but it's Carex. This is the major genus of sedges. And like we have 185 species of Carex in Ohio. There's no other genus of plants that comes close to that. And they have their own caste of caterpillars from moss that eat those. So spicing the yard with a little sedges, maybe even replacing some lawn with sedges that look like lawn. The back half of my backyard's all sedges now. I've vanquished the turf grass, and as a byproduct, if someone does this, I'm sorry to get off the moss, but you'll have more lightning bugs, because as they're at larval stage, they're glowworms down in the ground. And they don't do well in non-native turf grass. They do really, really well in sedge grass. Like so I have my own private lightning firefly show here this time of year, where I notice my neighbors are largely void of fireflies flying around, and it's because of the sedges back there.
I hadn't made the connection with the sedges, but yeah, I mean, anytime you get more native plants and have vegetation that's not 2 inches tall, and that taller vegetation, you're going to start getting more and more fireflies and lightning bugs. But yeah, and a lot of people have sedges growing naturally that they don't even think about, especially if you don't have the newly installed perfect yard. I mean, if you're the type of person that whatever grows and is green and can be mowed is your yard and is your grass, we'll say, there's a good chance, at least around where I'm at, that you've got sedges that you don't even realize that you've got. And once I started actually looking and paying attention, I was surprised at just how many people's yards I found them in. And my mother, she has a whole section, one whole side of her yard is all Carexes and sedges, and she didn't plant them there. They just came in naturally. And we're more in a wilder area, more in the country than she is. So we've got sedges scattered throughout our yard too. And I mean, I love them. I just put it when they come up where I'm putting a garden bed in or something. I just leave them there. They're great.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really, really good point. I'm glad you brought that up, because I should mention here, I'm not in a particularly wild area, Worthington, Ohio. It's suburbia, but um, the dominant sedge in my backyard showed up on its own. It may have come in on my feet, but it's if someone's really interested in this is a good starter sedge. It's called the charming sedge is a common name for it, but it's Carex blanda, like George Blanda, the football player, Blanda, and it is so easy to grow. So all I did when I noticed it, I'm like, I just quit mowing the yard as much. I like skipped every other mowing for that back part of the yard. And that's all it took. And it took off. And I'd say from the point it got enough where I noticed it to almost covering that whole part of the yard, it's only been 2 to 3 years. And it was just the mowing regime that I think allowed it to flourish. So, and then it doesn't even get that tall. Like it might get a little taller than most people would want, but you just mow it back. But you only have to mow about half as often, which is good too for the environment, and then good for the critters and the fireflies, and then you have native turf. I hope this becomes a bigger thing too. I don't think that's really known like it should be. That it's fairly easy to transform this turf grass to native sedges that will, even if mowed regularly, will still produce a lot more wildlife than um, non-native bluegrasses ever would.
Yeah. Mount Cuba's work, I think, has really helped to get that started, is people recognizing that with their Carex sedge trial that they did a couple of years ago.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, they seem to be on the front lines of a lot of this stuff.
The book mentioned in this video, Gardening for Moths, a regional guide, is a book that everybody that is gardening for pollinators should have in their library. Even though it is focused on moths, any of the planting recommendations apply to native bees and butterflies as well. Jim is also a great photographer, and the pics in the book are awesome. I will put a link to Gardening for Moths in the description. Sedges make a great addition to any backyard ecosystem, and Mount Cuba Center, which was mentioned in this video, has done an extensive set of trials on sedges in garden and lawn replacement settings. And you can learn about their findings in this video, and be sure to take some time and enjoy nature in your backyard.